Everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and today is pretty big announcement day, I would say. Two new units, and we also got a massive change to how gearing's going to work in the future, and we'll talk about that as we get going. So anyways, let's get started. Let me know in the comments below while you're down there hitting the like button. Please, helps out so much. What you're most excited for here, whether it's the equipment changes or the spoiler alert, Lilibet, or something else. Anyways, first off here, we have a new side story for Valentine's Day. This is going to be the 7 Sweethearts, 3-star hero Lucy, who is going to be obtained through the story, kind of like Vasquez. 4-star artifact with her, a background pack, Mulagora, and more. She is technically limited, but remember they're trying to add a way to get these again, so in the future we should be able to get her again. She's super adorable. They also put out a little video to go with her as well. Let's watch this together too. This should be really quick here. This one, hopefully your ears don't bleed. She's super cute.
Might not be much, but there's strength in numbers. Hi, I'm Lucy, the newest member of the student council. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
She's super adorable, okay? I really like her voice. Love her design. Not a super big fan of her kit, but outside of that, I'm pretty happy with her. So let's take a look at her kit, actually. First off, we have the character here. Look at her being all cute and blushing. We then have paper barrier. Sorry, my screen caps are really bad today. This is her skill 3. Uses many sheets of paper to grant barrier to all allies for 2 turns before decreasing debuff duration by 1 turn. This is a 3-turn cooldown as well once it's skilled up, and it's a 3-star, so you don't have to use Mulagora. And the barrier strength increases proportionate to her max HP. Her Paper Whirlwind is her skill 2. It's an AoE attack that also restricts and decreases speed, both of these for 2 turns. And again, this goes up to 100% chance with the skill ups here, but it does not go down to 3 turns, so it is a 4-turn cooldown there. And then her skill 1 is a 50% chance to restrict for 2 turns as well. And this goes up to 100% with the Soul Burn. Not really happy with this Soul Burn. I really feel like tacking a Soul Burn onto this or to this to make this like do a massive heal maybe, or have this do something else as well would be great. But the skill 1 is one you're not really going to use too much, I don't think. I just don't really, not a huge fan of that one. But anyway, interesting skill set. I'm not really sure what to say about her. I don't really see where I would use her. If you have ideas, let me know. Like, she's not really a PvE unit, which is what I was hoping for. And I don't really see her being super useful in PvP. Because with Cerise, maybe it's just me, but I feel like Restrict is the least important thing Cerise does. So, yeah, let's take a look at what's next here. This is her in the video. It is super adorable. Love it a lot. These are her base stats. Horrible, atrocious health, pretty okay defense, pretty okay speed. Starts off with 18% effectiveness, so that helps build her a little bit debuffy as well. We also have new and Mashu over there. And abysmal attack, which doesn't really matter. Also to note, her barrier scales off of the... I didn't even look at the artifact. Give me a second here. I'm out of it today. A barrier proportion to max health, and her HP is really low, so that's not the best combo here. Her artifact is basic skill, grants a barrier equivalent to 10% of the caster's max health for 2 turns to the ally except for the caster with the lowest health. And again, this one does scale off of the caster's HP as well. So yes, not too excited about her, but I will build her just because she's flipping adorable. And next up, we have drop rate up for Tenebria and Crimson Moon of Nightmares. Pretty good unit. I would save your bookmarks though. We also have this here, the Coin Hero shop rotation. we have the Sigrid, the Arbiter Vildred, and the Bale and Cezanne. Obviously, Arbiter Vildred, one of the best, if not the best ML5. Overall, maybe CC's better, but RB's probably more usable everywhere. Sigrid, great as well. Just ignore the Bale and the Cezanne over there, but definitely pick up RB if you can IMO. He's just such a great unit. What's next? Coin Shop Hero Rotation, Archdemon Shadow. Not really sure about this, but I guess she's here for a month, starting on the 1st of March. We then have some pretty boring EEs. Perhaps not for everybody, but not so great for me. This is the Pavel one. This is a 12% crit chance, which is actually fantastic. And he Destructive Pursuits here, skill nullifiers himself after using Destructive Pursuit, which is great. I really do like this, but it says once after using Destructive Pursuit. Does that mean it only works once a battle? I'm not sure what I think about that, but obviously really good for an opener or something like that if that's what you're interested in. Increase the attack of the ally except for the caster with the highest attack, so this allows you to like buff up your second DPS as well. And then Storm Bullet number 2 dispels 2 debuffs on the caster before the skill effect when using that Storm Bullet as well. So I've never used Pavel. I'm not really sure how good this is or how much it'll help him be used for the people who use them. Let me know if you are a Pavel fan. We then have Clarissa, and I actually just started using Clarissa again. I'm just using her for my Wyvern team just to farm up friendship. So I'll be probably using the extra chance to defense break here on her Harsh Lesson. You can also inflict 1 bleeding effect for 2 turns when using Harsh Lesson, or you can increase the damage dealt by 10% when using Hysteric, which is probably just for farmers, which is probably not something you should be doing. So I would advise one of the top 2 there. We then have hero volume changes. I don't really understand this, but this is just equalizing the sound on all of these characters. Nothing really big there. We then have battle ready screen improvements, so your screen is a little better and easier to read. And then we get the big thing here, and this is a hard one for me to talk about because we don't really know too much about it. So I'm going to go over the things we do know and talk about that. So first off, if you have played Summoner's War, this is going to be not the same, but in the same essence as grind or gemstones, I believe. As gems, not gemstones, I guess, as Summoner's War. So you will be able to replace substats, but it won't get the highest roll possible. Not really sure how much better to explain this, especially since their showcase here is in Korean and not English. But for example, you'll be able to change your effectiveness substat to speed or something like that, assuming you have the item to be able to do it. But you won't be able to get the high roll range of the speed, if that makes sense. So if you're on a 90 piece and you reforge the effectiveness to speed, your speed can't roll the highest roll, I think is the idea behind it. And it can only be used on plus 15 gear as well. What does it say here? Changing substat assures to grant a specific type of substat. However, this will grant a lower stat. Yeah, so it's just a way to kind of adjust your gear to be slightly better for what it's made for. So definitely a good way to tailor your gear depending on how accessible these are. What we do know is that the stones can be rewarded from 2 and 3, and if you want to get greater stones, from what I understand, and everything can change by the way, the greater stones are only from expedition level 3. And that's it right now. So make sure you're able to do expeditions and get ready to do a lot of them because you're going to need a lot of these. And it's random drops as well, so you don't even get one every time, I think. It's just completely RNG. And as you can see in the screen here, let's say you want to change your speed set to a speed substat, for example. That means you're not only going to have to hit the speed set random thing there, which is going to be completely random, I think, out of like 15 sets. You're also going to have to hit the speed subset. So these are not going to be easy to get. Don't go into this thinking you're just going to be able to change all your gear. These are probably going to be very, very, very rare. And some of you might be panicking because I did say the stones from level 3 only, but don't worry. I missed the page, but they're nerfing stage 3. There should be a slide here showing they're nerfing stage 3. I don't know where it went, but basically they're making stage 3 expedition level 3 easier, so don't worry, and they'll probably tune it more, they said as well, depending on how people were doing. Drop rate up for Pavel as expected. Drop rate up for Kayron as well with Alexa's Basket, one of the best artifacts in the game. I would not summon for the Pavel, especially since Duck Noctis is kind of Duck's Craptus. Oh my god. But Alexa's Basket is great. So is Kayron, but yeah, I would still say bookmarks. This is not something I would pull for unless you don't have Basket at all, maybe. And then designer Lilibet. So let's go right back to the browser and take a look at this video. This is something I'm really excited about. I actually didn't get to fully watch this because I was trying to take screenshots while we were doing this. So let's watch together.
You think you can just ruin my masterpiece? I'll cut you into pieces.
Love the color, love the voice.
For me? You must need some new clothes. Well, you came to the right person.
Cherami Lay.
Look like a model.
Is that Morgana? Rami Lay VA IMDb. I know she's a really really top tier VA. I know she's in a lot of things. I think she's Morgana. Are you really just taking this long to load everything? Really? Like, look at this. Come on. Come on. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Is this... Are we really here just to suffer? Okay, so Chloe in Pokemon, V in Cyberpunk, Asuna in Sword Art. What else is she? She's basically all of the things. Oh, she's Makoto, even better. Makoto's best girl in P5. Makoto is best girl in P5. Anybody else here that she super voices? Really popular VA. They really spring for the VAs on their like special heroes. Like, I would consider Lilibet like kind of like a special hero. Ashita as well on Fire Emblem. May as well. Lucy Heartfilia in Fairy Tail. Just look at how many people she voices. It actually kind of nutters how many people she voices. It still keeps going. She's just like a legendary VA. Absolutely insane. Anyway. Nope. Anyway. Look at the cat too, by the way. I'm getting sound glitches. I hope you aren't. But anyway, let's take a little bit more looks on her. I really hope you're not getting these glitches because it's really bad. She's super adorable. I really like her. That animation, the color is so fantastic. So let's take a look at her stats here. We'll go back to the image. We've got designer Lilibet. She's got a boatload of HP. She's got a boatload of defense. She's got the best self imprint outside of speed, I guess. 17% crit chance, so she's got the whale imprint. She's a bruiser. She is a bruiser, absolutely, for sure. And not only is she a bruiser, but she's a defense-based bruiser. So we have emergency stitching here, and this is when an enemy's turn ends, gains 5 fighting spirit for each debuff inflicted on an ally. Starts the first battle with 30 fighting spirit. When the caster's fighting spirit is full, at the end of somebody's turn, consumes all fighting spirit to dispel all debuffs on the caster and increases CR by 40%. So this does all of the things, and 30 is what you start at on Mole of Gorod. So this will go up to 7, 11, 15, 20. So it'll go up to 50 fighting spirit. So that's pretty good to start off with here. And then 40% CR, which is enough to push her ahead of most people, even with slow speed. Then she's got Vital Disqualification here, and this is what she's going to use right after she fills it up, because also acquires 50 fighting spirit. So this is going to put her right back at enough to boost herself up again. And you can see here there is no only procs every second turn or whatever. This can proc as many times as you want. So what's likely going to happen is she's going to get boosted up after somebody goes once, maybe twice, and then she's going to use her thing, and then she's going to get boosted up immediately again. So even really, really slow, she's going to be right up there. It's going to be really, really, really fast, even with no speed. So model disqualification here decreases debuff duration of all allies by 2 turns, and it gets a on stage to attack all enemies, increasing their skill cooldown by 1 turn, proportionate to caster's defense. Absolutely love this skill 3. I really think increases skill cooldown is a really, really good ability that I'd like to see more of, and debuff duration by 2 turns is great as well. That pretty much just gets rid of all the debuffs. And then her skill 1 is a little bit underwhelming. It is a 75% chance to silence for only 1 turn, so I'm not a big fan of this. And again, they kind of hinder the character dramatically by giving her a skill 1 soul burn. I really think they should just stop doing this for most people, because skill 1 soul burns, unless it's something like Lilibet, or not Lilibet, lol, Luluka, top model Luluka is fantastic. But this one here, like upping it 35%, 25%, like that's just not cool, you know. I get every now and then you really, really, really want to silence somebody, but having a soul burn here or here and having it do something impactful would be fantastic. That's the only problem I have with her kit. This still might be good, but it's just like would be so much better if this did something else instead. Like maybe burning made this ignores resistance or something like that. Even this ignores resistance would be better. Like having this increase effect chance to 100% and ignores resistance would be worthwhile on a skill 1. So yeah, that's it for today, I think. Not like that wasn't a lot of stuff, but I'm out of slides. So pretty cool, pretty excited, specifically about I have the hiccups, specifically about the Lilibet. I'm really excited for this. I'm weary on the equipment changes. Like I'm not sure how accessible they'll be. Depends on how much they decide to monetize it too. And I'm excited to get a little bit of changes. Also, I'm somebody who really likes Expedition, so if they can find a way to kind of streamline the UI and make it less clicks to get everywhere and just make it a more pleasurable experience to jump around in, I'm really all for that. So I'm super excited about pretty much everything here. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. I'll probably do a full video on Lilibet just because it's too much to throw into this video. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll talk to you later. Bye everybody.